Okay, so this morning I've just done a couple of videos already for different platforms, but wanted to talk briefly about the Liver King and the revelations that's come out, yesterday about his steroid use and emails and stuff like that, came out in the media. There was another influencer that kind of revealed it, obviously he was really happy about that because he'd been calling him out for years. But essentially, if you don't know who the Liver King is, you've obviously been living underneath a rock. He's massive on Instagram, TikTok, across all the platforms. But essentially what he did is he built a brand, he built a system, a program, a business around the idea that you can become like him, which was someone that was shredded, looked incredibly strong. He's in his 50s, he was training like, I assume he's in 50s, even before he was definitely, mid to late 40s, maybe 50s. And he was training like someone that's 21 years of age, chiseled, six-pack abs, looked incredible, right? And he would put these videos out of him doing incredible feats of strength, putting tyres and chains around him and all this crazy stuff. And the whole kind of premise was that he did this through eating livers and hearts and kidneys, all this kind of stuff. Now, what that meant for someone that's a consumer, someone that's watching that, they think, wow, this is incredible. Let me buy supplementation. I want to look like him. I want to aspire to live this life, this ancestral tenets. And, that's cool. That's great. It's a positive image. It's a positive way of being. It's about, being strong and healthy and virile and going back to our ancestral roots. And I get it, there's genuine validity in that because we are living a modern life now. And that modern life, unfortunately, has brought with it different environments, lots of technology, stress, alcohol, drugs that weren't there before. So I get the premise, and obviously, it was done with a good intention behind it, potentially, I hope. Of course, there's the business side of things, which would have been a consideration, but let's just hope that it was done, from a place of goodness. And essentially what came out was some emails, and the emails spoke about, this gentleman, asking for growth hormone and prove that he was actually taking performance enhancing drugs. And essentially the kind of what we saw on Instagram, what we saw on TikTok was really a lie. It was based on the fact that actually he was taking performance enhancing drugs. And he denied that multiple times. He was called out by lots of influencers, Joe Rogan being one of them. He'd been on multiple different podcasts and he'd been asked literally to his face, are you on drugs? Are you on steroids? And he said, no. And that's why it's a little bit of a kicker for people because, people have invested money and time and they started to believe in this way of living. And essentially what happens, when something like that comes out, it was all for nothing. Everyone loses faith in you and it kills your brand, kills your business. Now, that's happened. The guy was doing $2 million per month through this, this brand, this system that he built. And, that's kind of done and dusted now. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. He may be sued. He may find that actually he can carry on. I don't know yet. But I think from a personal note, from someone that's been in the industry for 19 years and has been banging the drum of, getting people in shape through tweaks in their lifestyle, through still living their life, through, having your drink, through having your bit of bad food, but really kind of coming from a, healthy, strong framework that you can kind of come off and onto when it's necessary to. It feels like it's another person, another piece of fuel for the fire that's added to the idea that people in the health and fitness industry aren't very trustworthy. And unfortunately, it sheds a bad light on the whole industry. It kind of, it's difficult enough to get people to know you and like you and trust you without people like this, saying, believe me, trust me, and then completely obliterating that with their customers and the wider audience, right? The guy had like 3.5 million followers, so he's well known. And I kind of suppose from my side as a business owner and someone that runs a company called Truth Fitness, I want to reiterate that, we're not all the same. And normally it's the people at the very top, it's the Liver Kings, it's the Herbalifes, it's the Weight Watchers, it's the Slimming Worlds that have systems in place that make inordinate amounts of money, and not necessarily it's being done for the benefit of the consumer. It's being used as a kind of way to make lots of money. And you know, us smaller fish, slightly smaller fish, we are just trying to help people, and we're trying to earn money at the same time. Right? I want to feed a kid, I want to pay a mortgage. But just understand that, you know, from our side of things, when you run a company, it's called Truth, there's a lot of pressure on you to be honest and open, and we work our socks off to do that. So it's a little disappointing when you see something like this come out. But you know, if you are out there watching this video, if you're a business leader, if you're someone that spends a lot of time researching, you're probably, you know, quite tuned into things, and you've noticed this and see it as a bit of a kind of, you know, more of a reason not to invest in your health and not to invest in another company that maybe or maybe not lying to you. Just be open to the idea that a company like ours is honest and truthful, and you know, we guarantee our results. And the only reason we guarantee our results is because we know that our systems work, and we also know that if we don't stand by that, then we're not going to last very long. So anyway, I hope that was insightful. Hope that's helpful. There's actually a free training in the link below this video. Do feel free to check it out. If you're looking to become a healthy business leader, lose some weight, it talks about our 5 kind of pillars that we use with our VIP clients on our programs.